Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
Oh, look at it roll. Now we can watch Jackie Gleason while we eat.
Holy Testicle Tuesday
was the most important day of your life.
For me.
But for me,
it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
From one of the most celebrated filmmakers of our time comes the most unforgettable love story of all time. Yeah! Bram Stoker's Dracula, a Francis Ford Coppola film, rated R, at theaters Friday the 13th of November.
Surprise for you.
I can't hear pops over the sound of how awesome Arwen is. That's my.
Oh my god!
Okay. So fortunately for us,
love you.
Fortunately for us, they can hear the rest of us. So it is giving a whole mess of cackling. It's just except to keep the structure. There is complete chaos. We have no structure to this today.
IRONCASTER, we love you. Hush. Squeak and I are gonna bond now. Let's bond, Squeak.
I'm fangirling. I'm like, oh my god, Arwen! That's gonna be like half the show right there.
IRONCASTER's gonna pop a beer. He's gonna sit back. All right, go ahead, y'all. See?
From his Kelly cup, yes.
In his skeleton mug. Tis the season, y'all. Tis the season.
Well, you see, we were expecting to have a treat of a stream, but instead we got audio tricks.
Yeah, well.
All right, so is it working okay out there? You guys in chat?
I hear you great.
Yeah, I'm hearing it now. So, all right, well, hopefully the original version will work and everybody can. So, grease and salutation. Welcome to Talk Hard. Had a good time. 1992. Blah blah blah. All right, we're caught up. IRONCASTER. Good pick, my friend. Arwen, this is one of your favorites, so I reached out like, listen, I know you love this. If you can fit us in, I'm so happy you could be here. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, and I love it for maybe, which we'll get into, but maybe for different reasons than some. Do I think it's the best film ever made? No. Do I think it is one of the most, not monumental, game-changing films? Yes, I do. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it.
It's awesome. Squeeka, first time watch for you. Great to be able to hang out. Tuesdays wouldn't be the same without you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It was quite a performance. I did not know what to expect going into. I thought about looking. I knew that you had done something. I was like, I should do some homework on this one. So, but I was like, nope. Went into it blind like I always do. And man, it was. I agree with Arwen. It's definitely game changing.
Yes,
it is quite. No, it's not like Seven Samurai level, or it's not like the height of cinema perhaps, but I mean it was definitely different. And I mean Oh
All
my
right,
god,
we'll
get
get
into it.
we'll get to chat. Everybody, chew on my proposition here. You guys can let me know where I'm wrong. So, of all of the monsters and creatures, the vampires probably get the best love, and meaning they have the best series of films that are made over the longest period of time. So, for instance, we can go back to Nosferatu, 1922. We can go back to Dracula, 31. Different films that are made in between, but I always go back to Hammer Horror, which is Horror of Dracula, 1958. You can move through some different films in between, but then you get to Fright Night, 1985.
Yes.
Then you get to this one, 1992. And I got to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to put in between that and Nosferatu, 2024. There's a lot of things that people have some love for, but I feel like those are they're not only good adaptations of the Dracula vampire lore, they sort of like change it, tweak it, modify it. They do different things with it. And that's why those are the ones that stand out the most. So you guys, you chew on that and let me know what you think. Go ahead.
I got a good vampire movie for you that I think was before the new Nosferatu. It's called Abigail.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen
I've
that
heard
one.
of that one.
Y'all.
Is it spoopy?
No, it's a vampire. It's gory. It's blood.
Oh,
It's a
I don't worry
vampire
about.
movie.
I don't care about blood.
But y'all, that movie will take you on a ride. And I went into it cold, not knowing anything about it. Oh, this looks good one day, surfing. I'll watch it. I turned around, waited 10 minutes, and watched it again.
Nuh-uh.
Yes,
That
I
good?
did. I loved it.
All right.
I loved it. I loved it.
We'll put Abigail, put a pin in Abigail Ironcaster for me, and I'll have to see if that's one that I'll watch or not. I don't know. Put on the old talk card list for next year. We'll just kind of have it as a question mark. I don't know. I'll have to look into it a little bit more.
If you watch this one, you'll watch that one. There's no nudity in it. There is a lot of blood and there's language, but that's it. There's nothing else.
All right.
See, I've not seen any of the ones that Pops mentioned.
Yeah, there's this is way more salacious than Abigail.
Let's say hello to Snorty. He's there, first one, holding the door open for everyone. Hello, humans and other critters. Hail to you, you wonderful polar bear. Thank you for hanging out with us so much. Always great to see you, my friend. It's letting me do the old Pops membership thing where you give away some memberships, and that gives you some early access to some of the content, so you can get ahead of the curve if you're wanting to see the latest Poptober's Fest or some of the different shorts, different things like that pops up. So a little behind schedule after the vacation, but you get early access on things like that. Haven't done a member stream in a while. We're heading to the holidays, so hopefully I'll have some more flexibility and we can definitely do that. So this went to Moon of Madness, AC, Angry Canadian, Shellback, Miss Bella, and Captain Phantom Nerd. So that's awesome. There's Claude hanging out with us. Great to see Claude. Always great to see you, my friend. Louise Sparrow. Hey, Louise. How things across the pond? She will be with us next week. She'll be joining us for the old Tucker and Dale fiasco. So, yeah, Louise, she wanted to see that. She never had heard of it either or hadn't seen it, one of the two. And she was like, yeah, I'm game for trying something completely random and new. So she'll be with us. So
she's awesome. And her insights are great. She's got
great
insights.
She's phenomenal. I want to try to get her locked in.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get her locked in full time, but it's a lot. They're ahead of us 5 or 6 hours, so it's a tricky thing. I got somebody to be here midnight, 1 o'clock all the time. So, but she's welcome anytime. Just let me know. So, Slasher Fred's here. Great to see you, Fred. And he's going with the film's sort of slogan, the tagline there: "Love never dies." Indeed. SQUEEKA Mouse. Oh man, the generosity is always amazing. So, 5 more memberships going out there. Those went to Daryl, Captain Kirk, which is my friend. Mark, Jill's there, and let's see, Lord Tapman and James, Sequential Treasures. So great to see all those folks being members or returning to membership form. So awesome to see that. So, I guess I did have some sound issues. I don't know what happened. Sound was working. Everybody here on the panel could hear me. So I'm not quite sure what the end result was there, but we got it worked out. We got it worked out. So, Soul Assassin's here. Great to see you, buddy. Awesome to see you. And yes, we can't hear Pops. And then, we're just kind of going through all the catch up on that. And we can hear everybody except Pops. Yeah, I got it. We're still catching up. Let's see here. All right. Fred says, I think what makes this movie such a very interesting movie is how it plays so closely to the Bram Stoker novel. Indeed. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that is actually more so down to just the way that the director Coppola, he always whenever he'd get an adaptation, he would always want to put the original author's name into the title. So it's not that this is the most accurate and most faithful, but it is part of a trend and tendency that Coppola would have.
Was it to pay homage, or was it also to give that like stamp of, hey, I'm not just doing Dracula. I'm doing Bram Stoker's Dracula. You know what I mean? Was it to give it that legitimacy?
Well, because
think
I
that's
believe
fair.
he also did that with The Godfather.
Yeah, it's Mario Puzo's Godfather.
Yeah, he did. He did. I never noticed that part though. But you're right. It's on there.
Yeah,
it's one of his trademarks that he would do.
Yeah, and I do think it does distinguish itself from the previous works for that reason. Like he's leaning into a more traditional interpretation of the novel. We could talk about Nosferatu. We can talk about what Universal Studios did and things like that. But yeah, that's definitely something very interesting about it. So yeah, I think that's fair stuff. Did you know the original teaser trailer shows the bloodstream was originally banned from the market? Yeah, I got to be honest. I remember that briefly as a topic back in the day, and it just makes sense. I mean, that's not gonna be good for TV. Don't do that. So,
yeah.
I didn't care for this version of Dracula. There, I said it. Hey, you know what, Snorty? The weirdness of Gary Oldman's portrayal was sort of a divisive thing even back then, especially with the decrepit version in the castle, the Count version. So definitely was very divisive and mocked, obviously, on Simpsons, among other things. So we get it.
His matriarchal, almost Chinese in aesthetic.
Yeah, they were going for that
ancient
metaphor.
Yeah,
they were going for that immigrant Muslim, all these different sort
very
of allegories.
androgynous. When he's in his old form, it's very androgynous.
Yeah.
I mean, it threw me for a loop the first time I saw him.
It's a vision, all right.
I was
sure.
like, I mean, yeah, maybe old. I was like, okay, but it's still going to be like Dracula. He's going to be vampire. He's supposed to be good looking or whatever. And this guy shows up, and I'm like, who the are you? Are you the servant? Where did he find you at?
And dude had hairy palms, y'all. I mean,
yeah, he's messed up looking.
Wow, they went all out. They went all out.
It is amazing makeup work, by the way.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. Fantastic. And that is one of the reasons, one of the big things why I think this movie is so, changing, because one, it was done in 92, not 2002, 92. And if I could describe this movie in one word, it would be mood. It is a total mood. From the cinematography to the dialogue to the costumes to the makeup, it is all invented to give you one big mood. And love it or hate it, you got to respect that, because it does give a mood.
And I think that's what the Oscars like credited the film with. Like, it was his direction, the cinematography, the art direction, the costuming, all of that. And it did set itself apart for sure. Now, Soul Assassin's adding to the old vampire list Underworld and Van Helsing. Now, I can say both films can be fun to put on, but I consider both of them sort of in the popcorn caliber. They're not really of any dramatic substance that changes anything. Now, they're both, decent enough films, again, to have fun. So,
yeah, because Van Helsing's one of my absolute favorites. And Underworld. Let me rephrase. Underworld 1.
Yeah, the first one, right? Yeah, there's no
We
other
are going to have
Underworld.
to talk about them in.
And Rise of the Lycans. I like Rise of the Lycans.
I will
can be Lycans.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a talk hard on Van Helsing next year, because I just cannot get past how bad the CGI aged. They just did not do it good. So the CGI back in the day, they'd hide it with dark shadows and like that. That movie has dark shadows and still has CGI issues. So and they tried some crazy things in that movie.
But everyone's beautiful in that movie, Pops.
Yeah, but that's not a requirement for a good movie. It's not everyone to be
Speak for
beautiful.
yourself, sir.
I don't know. The
I think you've been outvoted on this one.
It's a great
I will stand my
popcorn
ground
movie.
on the weird bat creatures and everything else.
Yeah,
in that
it's
movie,
a great popcorn movie. I agree with you.
Yeah, popcorn movie. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Look, movies can be fun and still be okay. It's just that that's a different caliber.
Absolutely. It did not change the world. It was, but it was a great popcorn movie.
So speaking of Nosferatu, this movie has many elements like Dracula rising from his coffin and casting his shadow on the wall. No, I think this is where Coppola did a really good job. Little history though, for those of you who haven't seen Nosferatu 22 or the new Nosferatu, is that movie is like a game changer. Like there wouldn't even be vampire Dracula lore, I don't think, if it wasn't for Nosferatu, because Universal couldn't get a decent script until the guy went back and watched that movie to write the new script for Bela Lugosi to play that version. And that's still a very silent movie feeling film, right?
Oh, you're saying the first Nosferatu?
Yeah, Nosferatu 1922 version, right? So the very, very first ones.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah, I
the
agree.
new Nosferatu did a great job of adapting that film. I think the Nosferatu 24 is one of the few times that I'm like, wow, they can do a remake. They can do something that pays homage and deliver. Now, it is crazy and gory and does some crazy stuff that I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Don't know that I ever wanted to see that coming, but hey, it was there. So,
but it's great because you get Willem Dafoe is playing the Van Helsing character, and also you get a Nosferatu with a big old spruce mustache.
It's a crazy mustache. I love it though. I thought it worked well for the Romanian lore and the stuff they were going for, though. I know people hated that mustache, but it works for what they were going for. So,
I liked it.
I think that was one of the that was Bill Skarsgård, right? Skarsgård, I believe.
Yeah, if you can pick him out, because you really can't see him until
right.
You have to see stills of that movie. Anyway,
I will give him props that he totally.
He's gone.
Whatever role he's in, he just immerses himself and he becomes that role. So fair. But I think we're so used to the original that it's hard to see Nosferatu looking any other way. But I'll give him props. He did an amazing job.
Ironcaster would probably agree with you there. Renfield, Nick Cage. It's a fun movie. Not a very good movie in a lot of ways. Aquafina drags it down for me. But
God, she's in it.
She's brutal. She is brutal. And she plays a cop. It's insufferable. However, Nick Cage and Nicholas Hoult is so good in this movie. It is just silly, blood splatter, crazy Nick Cage. Oh, it's fun. It's a fun movie.
It is Nick Cage getting to play that classic Universal style of monster, and he just hams it up for any scene he's in. It is a delight to watch Nicolas Cage in that movie playing Dracula.
He's better in his hammy roles anyway. I think he's fantastic in those kind of roles.
Watch him really ham it up.
And he's also in Vampire's Kiss. Yeah, that's true. And Fred's also bringing up the Flank Langella, which is a good one. It's fine. I'm not trying to bag on that one. I still think it kind of it doesn't rise to the level of the other ones that I had mentioned, but those are all fine. So
that wasn't the cliffhanger one, was it? I don't think I know that one. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't remember.
I'm thinking
I haven't watched it in a while.
It's just that Dracula is ultimately the it is common, is both at the same times the power fantasy and there's the romantic elements that are always tied into the character that really have it kind of drive home for people in multitude of ways. Whereas a character like Frankenstein is a character who's a sympathetic monster that you can empathize with. He came into existence by no fault of his own, and he's hated for who he is, which is why Dracula always winds up being the one that is the more always winds up being the more successful one, but everyone winds up kind of liking Frankenstein more. That's why Frankenstein is time and time again always made to be the sympathetic creature.
Yeah, he's the byproduct of the mad scientist playing God. But we'll get back on task, chat. I'll catch more up in a moment. Okay, so Squeeka, what actually happened in the room when you first saw this mess? When he rolls out and he's got the crazy, I mean, he's got the long robe on. He's wearing like a silk, almost look like a silk gown, like Arwen said, like an Asian silk gown. He's got this crazy hairdo.
Got the booby hair.
Yes. Well, I mean, before this, like I had to kind of pause because I wasn't ready for this because I was so enamored with the shadow play.
Mm-hmm.
Like and even leading up to like the cinematography of this movie is like amazing, and so is the costuming. Victorian era England is one of my favorites, so I love the dresses and things like that. So I had to pause and go back to him coming in because I was so caught up in the movement of the shadow on the stairs that I was like, wait, who's this guy? What's going on here? Because I expected him to look more like he does in his Prince version, like the town version, than this. And I love, and it is the best part too is his personality changes when he changes. And I loved how drastic it was, how different. It wasn't just, oh, he gets a little older or oh, he gets a little younger. There's so many transformations for him. I feel like that captures the sense of Dracula, like the as Ironcaster was saying, like the power behind him because of the fact that he does all of these different transformations in this movie. But it doesn't seem disjointed. But yeah, seeing this guy for the first time, I had to pause, go back because I wasn't ready.
She's like, okay, I'm waiting for Dracula to come in. Is this his butler? Who's
What
this
is with
old
this?
guy?
Yeah. What is with this
I was
nursemaid
like,
thing?
I confess, I was like, did the girl live? Is this his mom? Is this his wife? I was like, wait, this is, I mean,
It's a shock. It
it was still better than the sparkly vampires, but I was just like, hold on. It did take me a moment to catch up with this guy. And then, oh, one of my favorites is when he's like licking the straight edge, the straight edge
the
knife.
blade.
The blade.
Oh,
But the way he like
yummy. He's a trip.
it's like, slow down there, Pops. Hold on there, champ. You're gonna cut yourself if you eat your food too fast. Like, oh, and that with the map scene too, with the shadow. I love the way they made his shadow move.
Yeah, the shadow work was intense in this movie, and it's something you never forget.
And the part where he's leaving the room, and he tells him, stay in the room, don't leave this room, and he leaves, and then his shadow like hurries to the door, like, don't leave me here. It's like, get it, go boy, he's gonna leave you.
Well, and knowing that so much of this is all practical effects, that it's all done in camera, that it's hardly any CG to it at all, just makes it all the more magnificent.
It does.
Agreed.
See, that's what Beard said. Beard said there was no, that was Coppola saying, was no CGI.
Yeah, there's just
It was
next
all
to nothing as far as effects. Yeah. Now, I want to ask your guys' thoughts, Arwen especially, because in Nosferatu, he is the driver in disguise on the carriage, taking him to the castle, and that's sort of kind of in the lore, or there is no driver of the carriage, and it's just the bat leading the way, and the horses just go behind the bat. Is this, in your opinion, Dracula? Because we see something. We see it's some sort of being creature that could be him, but we don't really know for sure that it's him. We don't have it. It's not as clear. It's much more ambiguous than other films. I just want your guys.
I don't know why he would. I mean, he is Lord and King in his surroundings. Everything obeys him. The gypsies obey him. The animals obey. The wolves, the bats, the rodents, all of them. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like a projection that he's putting on Jonathan's mind, or if it is an actual being there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I don't.
But I don't think it's him.
This is one of the few versions where he allows the gypsies to be that close. Usually, the gypsies stay in the village. The mythology and everything keeps them away. But in this version, they'll actually go up to the castle, kind of work for him, or at least he has people that are doing that.
Right.
But yes. So, Squeak, if you watch some of the other Dracula movies, when this plays out and Jonathan gets picked up in whatever version you're watching, many times it's Dracula in some sort of disguise, and then Jonathan will look out the window. Hey, like how much longer? There's no one actually out there. The magic of the vampire leading the way, or there's a bat and the horses are following, something like that. So anyway, it was one of those moments I kind of took note of, and I was curious on what your guys' thought were.
See, I thought it was a shadow, because after you see his shadow and like the creepy, the long elongated hands on his shadow and the way his shadow moves, I thought it was just like, and especially with the way he controls animals, like he could control them to move on their own. I thought it was just a shadow, and then more so reinforced by the fact that he doesn't, if you watch the scene, he doesn't actually touch him. He just kind of gestures for him to go in. Like, I don't feel like he pulled him in any way, shape, or form. I think he just kind of coerced him into it by reaching on his hand. I thought it was just his like a magical projection of his shadow. Like, I thought that was cool. I was like, oh man, he's not even really there. So I didn't think it was him or a bat. I just thought it was his shadow creature.
All right. Well, staying on him then. How hot do you guys take for the prince?
I couldn't.
Post gray hair, yeah.
Yeah, when he's the prince. When he's the prince, not the count.
It's
Yeah.
Gary Oldman. He's just, yeah, he's.
What-
I
what
don't find him. It's not like I look at him and go, oh yeah, he's conventionally hot. Ooh, but there's something about him that is so magnetic and so charismatic. You don't care what he looks like. You're just drawn into his presence.
I agree.
Well-
Yeah, I thought he was very magnetic too. But
Yeah.
my first response was, I was like, he's got like a 17 head. I was
See-
like, does his hair not come back?
Here I was thinking it's just like the sick purple pimp shades he wears.
Oh yes, I love those glasses.
I
not
like the
gonna lie.
glasses to
Yeah.
help explain away him walking, being a day walker, that he can walk in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That was-
but
well,
those
the
of you who are
the Daywalker element was always something in the original novel. It's just as time has gone on, we've sort of reinvented the mythos of the vampire to be this creature that can't go out at night, when that was never part of the original Bram Stoker story. That's just something we've all colloquially come to accept as a fact when it's not.
And see, people dog Stephanie Myers for filth for Twilight, but I will say, even though the original didn't sparkle, leave the sparkling aside, she was trying to bring it back around to more source. Got to give her respect for that.
Yeah, but at the same time, the problem is the
ugh.
sparkles became too much of an issue to where they're
Trust
all
me.
just
yeah,
fairies now.
I get it. I absolutely. But when people are saying, well, wait a minute, vampires don't walk during the day. It's like you said, we've gotten so used to them with the modern evolution that they've had. They're creatures of the night only. And it's like, well, are they really? What does the original source say? And it kind of makes you think.
interesting.
It kind of makes you think.
Squeaky, you got a lot of love there. Good point. You know, he's got a 17 head. Squeaky's comment strikes deeper than any wooden stick ever for Dracula. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was like, it was a tumultuous time of emotions for me, because I was like, oh my gosh, his suit. Oh my gosh, what the heck happened to his head? Like, I was all over the place.
It's like, couldn't he have manifested some bangs or a glamour that made it look like bangs or something?
Yes. I was like,
have you
what did you do with all of that?
I don't think I was ever I don't think I was ever distracted by how disproportionate his head was. Now I'm a little concerned because I knew he wore that crazy top hat, but I wasn't really ever.
Oh,
When he
he's
takes the hat
fabulous in
off-
that top hat.
Oh yes. See, it was great. See, this is what happened to me. I was like,
Look at
oh
that.
my gosh, this is hot. I'm ready for this. This is way better than this scary old man in the red robe. And then he took his hat off.
And you saw what the hat was hiding. It was all that head.
A lot of forehead.
We love you, Gary Oldman. We love you in everything. darling.
Yeah, little
not-
known secret: the top of his head isn't even in that shot yet.
Well, to Arwen's point, and to what Squeak is kind of saying too, though, is Gary Oldman is not exactly the most handsome of actors and known for being some sort of sex symbol or anything like that. However, in this movie, his transformation into this sexy, alluring prince that's secretly a beast is truly at the heart of what this story and the lore and the mythos try to get right. Now, I do want to point out wait a minute, what's happening here? If he has a top hat,
Not quite.
You need a little more head.
I'm going to say he's probably maybe a size 14 at best. We're really we're just trying hard there. I don't know.
Wait, there we go.
There we go.
His head's so big it just goes off screen. So one of the things that's interesting to me is like Arwen, you've seen a lot of those movies I mentioned earlier, so you would probably get this reference. I don't know, Kesher, I don't know if you've seen, but I know you've seen the Hammer film. So Horror of Dracula, the Van Helsing character makes a point of saying, oh, everybody thinks they turn into bats and wolves and whatever. They don't do that in this. He's basically saying, we don't have the money to do that. They're not doing that in this movie.
We ain't doing that.
Right. And in this movie, I know when it came out, a lot of people were freaked out over the fact that he could do so many things. Like, I think that had kind of fallen away from the lore for so long that most people, when this movie came out, were like, what do you mean he's a wolf? What do you mean he's just smoke? What do you mean? Like, so it felt like a great refreshing and reintroducing reintroduction of that mythology. Squeeka, did you know so much about vampires or not? Did you know they could, some of the original lore was they can basically turn into almost anything?
Yeah, well, but my vampire lore comes from Castlevania. So
Yeah. Okay.
so yeah,
The
I knew about
big heads on
Mist and
Castlevania.
I knew about the Mist and I mean I know vampire lore. I just haven't seen a lot of vampire movies. But I love the fact that they did go all in and turn them into like rats and not just your usual, what is it, throw the cape over and all of a sudden there's bats everywhere trope.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, Fred's bringing up the fact that we had there's been a lot of things that happened. So Lon Chaney Sr. had done one with a silent movie called London After Midnight. That is also interesting one to try to track down. I've been on a hunt for some of those. And then look at the lore. Yeah, so again, if you're on the Nosferatu rabbit hole, you'll end up in a crazy rabbit hole, just journey of sorcery, occult. And this is what makes the new version so much more interesting because it takes everything that was started, 100 years ago and just creates something completely different. So, yeah, great stuff there. So, thanks for bringing that up as well.
To be fair, though, there was also a lot of stuff coming about at about the same time that was doing a lot to really revitalize the idea of vampires and all these classic horror monsters as as something to be big to talk about. Just the year before this movie came out, Vampire the Masquerade came out as a role playing game, and that was just huge in the 90s.
Oh, everybody was into that.
Yep. And
Oh
do
my
you
goodness.
remember? I cannot remember the name of the series, but it was a short series based on that, and it was two or three different types of vampires, and they were all like in war with each other.
I just remember this cheesy 90s movie series called Dracula, and it had this, I can't remember his name. It had this like, oh, he was so hot. I had the biggest crush on him. He was this. It wasn't the guy that's in this one. Oh my gosh, I'll have to look him up. But I think it was just called Dracula, and it played on like channel 21 or whatever.
I think I know something along the lines you're
But
talking
it
about.
had like this old grandpa and these two, like this smarmy little boy and this little girl that the older girl played violin, and they were always on the hunt for him. And I had such the hots for that vampire. I'll have to find him. Hold on, I gotta Google.
While she's figuring out Hot Grandpa, which is a great follow-up to Giant Head Dracula references on this stream. So we've got it all for you here on Talk Hard, baby. So to kind of get to your point, I think it's very valid about Masquerade, but I think this film had gotten delayed. Like this was a script that Winona Ryder, of all people, gets credit for. She's the one who was like, hey, got this screenplay. Everybody needs to kind of get their head around here. As long as I get to play the lead, I want everybody. So she got Coppola to read it, but he was in the middle of doing Godfather 3. Not going to go down that rabbit hole, that debacle. And then, of course, there was some hesitancy by the studios because the film called Bonfire of the Vanities, which had failed, and it kind of created some financial stirs and whatever because it was nicknamed Bonfire of the Vampires as well. So there's all sorts of little things that are kind of in the mix of getting this to. But I think this is the one that kind of it shook everybody into interest again. And simultaneous to this, I think you also have Anne Rice work, right? So Interview the Vampire.
Oh, yeah.
With Masquerade. And I didn't mention that earlier, but that probably, it deserves more. So the novels, I think because Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt were in it, it comes out after this one. So I guess it kind of deserves, it piggybacks off this one, though. So I give this one a lot more credit. But yeah, so.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Soul Assassin, Kindred the Embrace. That was the name of it. Thank you. That was the 90s one I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
The one I watched only ran for like a year. It was called Dracula the series, and it had Geordie Johnson was the vampire, and Mira Krishner, and I don't know if y'all know any of these people. Christopher Townsend. Who is the old grandpa? Yeah, I don't know any of these people either.
Huh.
We're not barons.
Interesting. No, I don't. I just vaguely remember seeing this. This may be on Tubi or something. That's why I recognize the image. By the way, in the category of vampire spoofs and comedies, yes, Dracula Dead and Loving It. Leslie Nielsen plays the vampire, who is obviously the funny guy that's in Airplane, Squeeka. So yeah, you would love the silliness of Dracula Dead and Loving It just for that. But yes.
One of my favorite silly vampire movies, it always has been, and to this day will always be, Love at First Bite, with George Hamilton and was it Susan St. James? Y'all, it's from the 70s. It's very indicative of its time. And it is, you want a goofy, fun, popcorn, do not take seriously vampire movie. Love at First Bite is the one.
Okay, I have to write that on my list.
That would be a fun one to do, Ironcaster, as well. I know it just seems like we're throwing a lot of things against the wall for us to take note of here, but Ironcaster will help us sort it out, a year later. But
it's so good. Do not take that movie seriously, whatever you do. So fun. There it is. Love
My
at
favorite
First
pain in the
Bite.
neck is about to bite your funny bone.
Yeah. I remember watching that as a youngster. That was fun. That was a fun little movie. Of course, my grandmother and my mother would take me to anything that had like hot men in it. So George Hamilton would be on the list. So yeah, that's why I got. Arwen, you'll love this. That's how I got to see Sword the Sorcerer in the theater, of all things, because Lee Horsley, Matt Houston was the lead, and I'm like, oh, there's boobies, and of course they're trying. I'm like, yeah.
But now all I'm thinking about is the black chicken scene in Love at First Bite.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Flies in as a bat into that house, and they're like, "It's a black chicken! Get him, Mama! It's a black chicken!" And this bat is flying around trying to get scared to death. He's like, "What the hell?" He's trying to get out of their apartment, and they're in New York, and they're beating him. The whole family's out. They're beating him with a broom.
Oh, it's on.
It's on.
YouTube has it for free with ads. So
Is this one of those movies I should record my reactions to? Like,
oh yeah, I can't get enough of that. There should be a whole YouTube channel where it's just Squeeka's icon and it's just the audio of her watching things. That's all I need. I just want that. I don't need to see her face. I just want to know what's happening. So,
like in Dracula, we're sitting there watching it. I'm like, yes. Titties! I'm like, I sound like some kind of like, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you'll love this movie. Yes, yes. Great popcorn movie.
I didn't even know this was rated R. I had no idea what I was getting into. All I knew was Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't expect to see so much toplessness.
No, I mean, and they were great. Just saying, but I was like,
even the men, though, they even show the men's chichas up close and personal.
With the
and it's
stuff
like, oh my
squirting
god,
out of it.
Boobies are everywhere.
Like, why?
Here they're a male boobie, they're a female boobie. I'm like, oh my goodness. I've
always wondered. Again, this is. I know it's coming from me, which is not Loki or Ironcaster. Just for you at home, get your head around this comment. How on set do we get? No, I need a really good close up of his nipple. Like, I need you guys to get in there and like, is there a storyboard shot of the nipple? Like, it's so jarring. It can't not be on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to have been by design. It's so jarring.
1,000%. That's why I'm like, you don't escape him from any sex.
He storyboards everything.
Yeah.
Well, I know they had Mike Mignola working on this. So do you think he had to storyboard this all out in his Hellboy-esque style?
That'd be a great storyboard, though. Here's the storyboard of Keanu Reeves' nipple. Like, that's just
okay.
Strange.
That just makes it more crazy,
isn't it? Though.
By the way, can we talk about Keanu Reeves in this?
Yeah,
movie?
Can we just get right to?
All right, go ahead,
no.
So the backstory is, and I go, speaking, you don't know actors.
Oh no!
But Christian Slater turned this down. And can we all agree how much better Christian Slater would have been? Poor Keanu Reeves. He just got in over his head. And Coppola's literally is a great quote. I had to find it. And it's like, he tried really hard. It just didn't work. Like, poor Coppola is trying to give him credit and like give him a little pass and whatever. And he's like, he was really wanting to do the role so bad. And they wanted that.
Oh my God.
you know, that teen bopper icon kind of guy for this role, but this is what keeps this movie from being perfect for me. It is unbearable at times.
Oh,
It's
did you see that, Mina?
I know.
Oh my god.
When he
It's so-
swaps back and forth between English and American, and it's like, oop, you almost had it. Go up a little bit. Oh, darn. I was rooting for
Oh
you.
no, he went
I was
full
rooting for
Encino
you.
Man.
It's brutal, and it just drags the whole film down a star. Like I just can't get there.
No,
it's
but
whoa.
it's real deep, pops, because like they put a little gray in my hair, and they make you look at.
I'm trying to get to the picture. Yeah, this isn't even the worst one. This is
Look.
just one of them. It's so it's the gray.
Oh,
The
God.
aging gray hair. Oh my gosh, it's just.
The
So-
thing is, he was the up and coming it boy of the time.
Yeah.
They cast he delivered what they needed. They needed a young, handsome man. They needed one that didn't come across as aggressive or dominant. I think Christopher, what's his last name? Slater.
Christian Slater, yeah.
Christian Slater. Yeah, he would have knocked it out of the park, but he is a lot more
He's not English either, though.
what's the word? He has a bigger presence than Reeves
Yeah,
does.
seriousness, right? Because him and Heathers,
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems like it worked. However, he doesn't
It
have a
might
British
have been-
accent either, so would it
Right.
also have been forced? Even though I heard that name and I got excited about, okay, this could have been better with Christian Slater, I still don't know that I'm sold if that would have worked because
Me either.
you know,
So-
it's,
But
now
he
we have
just
too
looked-
many. Now we have too many British actors. We don't have anybody American who's pulling their weight in relationship to them. So back then, it's like we
Right.
couldn't get the right kind of guy. But anyway, go ahead.
And
Erica.
Keanu gave the same kind of performance here as he did in Much Ado About Nothing, which, unless you're really into Shakespeare, you've probably never seen that film. He played the prince in there, or the prince's brother. Sorry, he played the prince's brother. Denzel Washington played the prince. There were big names in this movie, and you talk about, if you've never seen Shakespeare and you want to watch something and understand what's going on, that's the film for it. Same kind of performance. I'm watching it and I'm going, who owed this guy's agent a favor? I love you, dude, but why are you in this film? That's kind of how I feel about him here. Does he ruin it? No. But whenever he's on screen, am I like, this was the best you could find? I love you, but
The thing is,
same kind of thing.
I actually thought he did okay at in the initial sequence, basically up until he realizes he's captured, and it's like basically once you no longer have Dracula in the picture, it's like his performance just falls apart in this movie.
Mhm.
Right.
And the unfortunate thing is at least they were smart enough to limit the amount of time he's in the movie, because there's an hour of this movie where he's just not in it at all.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I
see,
wondered if
he's
they
not
trimmed that down on
really-
purpose.
The problem with him, and mad respect for him, I love his, I'll watch a movie if he's in it now, without a doubt. But the problem with his type of acting, he is not a good actor in everything. He is meant for some things. And those things that he's meant for, John Wick, Matrix, even Lake House, he knocks it out of the park. And he's become a better actor the older he's gotten. This role was over his head. Not his fault, but over his head.
Yeah, Luis, that's a good point. Much Ado About Nothing was
Yeah, it
cast
was
for
so
name, not
good.
acting, but it turned out to be a fascinating film. A lot of people talk
Yeah.
about that one for sure.
It's one of my favorites. It's so good.
Maybe he was just sidetracked by all the hot vampire women and all of the titties and his exposed nipple that he just couldn't act for the rest of the film. Maybe he was
Well,
just
then-
discombobulated.
He needed to
give
take
him
some
some
cold
credit.
showers in between takes or something.
I guess so.
Get
I
it
didn't
on
get this
track
on.
here, Keanu.
I didn't get this on Point Break. I don't know how I ended up here.
Right?
Uh,
Ugh.
Fred says talks about how there's silent movie moments. Not enough. They actually go back, like I said, Dracula 31, the original Dracula with Bela Lugosi, is all but a silent movie. Like it's everything about it is made like it's supposed to be a silent movie. They just had sound, and it has to evolve. The whole lore had to change. By the time we've got to Bride of Frankenstein, they worked out all the kinks, and they weren't basically just doing sound with silent movie approaches. They actually adapted. But I think Coppola on purpose wanted some of those fades and he wanted the way the speed up shots were done on purpose, and I think all that was there on purpose. I don't think that was all by accident for sure.
See, now that ruins some of it for me because now all I can think about is like when they're petting the dog and doing this weird. I'm sorry, it was like love-making petting to the dog. That I was like, what? That's not how you pet a dog. Stop rubbing over like the guy's glove and making the noises. Just pet him. Just pet him behind the ears. Give him a belly rub. He'll be happy. Like, what is going on with this dog? So now thinking about somebody scripting that or doing the storyboards for it, I'm like, who decided this would be a good idea to just?
Oh, I definitely no, I definitely Squeaka. I hate to burst your bubble with my opinion on this because I know you're going to be like, yuck, they intended it. But that is when I said this movie is a mood, that's what I mean. Every single thing is styled. It's almost like Coppola has his style first, how he wants to present it, the mood he wants to give, the way everything looks, and then the story comes along with it. This thing is very stylized, and I think everything was planned out. I mean, nipples, y'all.
Well, the line.
I agree.
That's all planned.
I'm going to agree with you though, because hearing that, like now that puts it in perspective. From a first watch perspective, it was like, what the what, friends? Why are we doing this? But when you think about it, I'm serious. I was
even down to the way like we get the transition shots. Just everything is meticulously thought out. Those are some of the things I remember about this movie the most. It is just the way we transition from one scene to the other, where we have everything carefully framed so we don't distract and draw the eye away from something where we don't need it. And then also the way they connect things in a way that fits. Like, for example, where you have the death of the friend at the same time as the wedding of Mina and Jonathan.
Yeah. And he does a lot of work with the lone shot of an eye, and then you'll see that fade into some action that fits in the pupil. I don't know how the technical terms for it, but he did a lot of that. Very thought out, very mood styling.
Well, even the colors, like the shift from the like when he's doing like the storm at sea to the shift of the colors when he's in his dirt casket boat thing going on, like just I loved the shifts, like they weren't necessarily just fade in and fades out, the use of the color blending and like I just
the color palette for Lucy alone, the more she becomes enraptured, the more orange, and then
more red,
scarlet, and then that deep, the more red it gets, and then boom, when she's a vampire, she's in her wedding gown, that freaky Elizabethan terrifying wedding gown, and she's walking to ghost, beautiful, except her lips where she had been doing her thing. All intentional, beautiful. It sucks our minds in.
Well, and she even fades. Like she goes from that bright crimson. Like I think when she's in the bed, it goes back to those more muted like, pinks, and like you see, it's like that height of color, that height of red drains as her skin does.
Incredible. But look, y'all, if I saw that coming down the stairs at me, I don't care who it is. I would be like, where is my cross?
I'm coming trick-or-treating in your house in that suit right there.
Oh,
you better have the candy bars ready.
First
prize, Arwen, I hope you're ready for the face swap, because your face will be getting into that wedding dress.
I just was, every time I see it, I had this movie, I've been watching this movies in 1992. Not every year or anything, but it's just, every time I see it, I'm like, brava, design department, costuming, brava.
You're bringing a very good point, because this is one of the Dracula films that pulls off a completely different perspective, because she's a real naughty girl in this film.
Oh yeah,
and
she is.
There's quite an evolution of the allure of what Dracula brings out of the ladies that he's stalking, and this one's like completely all in on that. This was interesting on how they handle that for sure, and how that's aged. So
she's already primed, so to speak, to be seduced by the vampire, and it works.
Sure.
And you feel bad for her, but it's like that's what he does. That's exactly he exploits people's personalities and weaknesses.
I'm just gonna say I did not have that copy of Arabian Nights as a kid.
Neither did I.
I
was like, oh yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
That looked a little more Kama Sutra to me, but all right.
Yes,
it's all over there in the East.
I thought that's what it was. I'm like, wow. Get it, girls. Read your wait, Arabian. No, no.
Anyway.
I think Wade is making likening to Hugh Jackman as Van Helsing, and it doesn't work. I think the same way I was saying Keanu doesn't work.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. I do.
I don't think that's the problem with the movie. I did a video on this, and you'll get my video on that. It was out there, and it's like I don't think Hugh Jackman was the problem. I do want a Van Helsing that's not an action hero, but it worked okay. That wasn't my issue with that movie. The movie's just a popcorn movie. It's some of the vampire lore and some of the creatures stuff. They were just doing it to show off and have fun and do it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think it was as interesting as they wanted it to be. So.
And interesting, another parallel, Jackman at the time, that was right off of Wolverine. He was kind of the it guy at the time. They were trying to find
maybe that's what Wade was also pointed out too. He was trying to get it. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, yeah. And hated his axe as well. I saw him, he popped in to say hello to him. So, I want to go back to the wolf thing because I think that what saves the shot or the scene, makes it less icky, is he says to her about accepting monsters. Monsters aren't really what you think they are. Like, they're not. His little line there about that, and I think that's what saves that shot in that scene. Like, he's using the wolf as a entry point for her to be more comfortable with the fact that, yeah, he's something. I mean, she's seen him like this briefly, so she just doesn't realize.
I'll take the 17 head over this. I will take the 17 head over this.
I like the fact that he has a lot of different forms, and they're all messed up and disturbing looking.
Yeah,
I like that. I like the fact that they go with something that is not just, slap a couple. Like, this is a different version. Like this one too. Like, they go with different versions that are just. It's not like they just didn't slap some cheap latex in and just, look at him, he's this other creature. They've just put a wolf in. They don't even show anything. Like, I like the fact that they tried some different versions of him. And that's one of the things that makes this movie stand out compared to some of the others, for sure.
And he looks like him. I mean, he doesn't look like the prince, but he looks like, okay, I can see him in his eyes. You know what I mean? I can look at his eyes and see him in his human form, get him in his wolf form, get him in his big bad bat. I can. Does that make? Do y'all know what I'm saying? Am I making
100%.
sense?
100%.
Yeah, it's not like it's a stand-in, or it's not like it's a
right.
CGI, or it's him, and it's that kind of connection's awesome.
But which one of the mice was him? Which one?
Ooh, that's
rat.
The one with the little top hat and the 17 head.
I was going to say, if they had caught or killed one rat, would he just like lose a toe or something, or is it like, you got the kidney rat, so he's in bad straits now.
The little vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be so bad.
I will be honest. Every time I watch this movie, I'm always surprised that this shot is one of the biggest promotional elements of the film. It's sort of like recognized with this shot, and I'm like, it's not a shot that I ever think about, but every time it pops up, I'm like, oh, there's that shot again. But it's like it was a huge marketing element for the film, and it's sort of part of its legacy. It showcases that crazy outfit that they have her in and stuff. I don't know that I remember any other vampire movies. You guys in chat, keep us honest, where if you do the chant and the cross, you'll sort of like, I don't say put them to sleep, but you kind of like subdue them down into like a submissive place. But that was a different take as well. I don't think it was something I thought about much when I watched it the last time, but I did this time. Like, has that been done before? I don't remember. But that was an interesting angle as well, I thought. I don't
think it has been. Not in the way they did it here. I don't think it has been.
She's not like out cold, but most of the time they're like really repelling, or they're really in pain, or something like that. And that's not exactly how it works in this movie, but
it's almost like the power of the cross drained her energy. It just drained all that right out of her.
Then she just puked the blood all over him,
and
which
then
I thought was great.
That
was unexpected.
I had Dr. Pepper go out my nose. I was ready. Oh, that scene.
Is anyone else just for those of you at home that don't understand why I want the live reaction streams of Squeeka watching films? It's just her icon. Steven could even be on camera as a little icon in the corner, explaining to people where we are in the movie, so everyone could kind of follow along. And you just have Squeeka responding. Oh, sorry, Squeeka's muted because she just snorted Dr. Pepper up her nose whenever this happened. We'll be back to the movie in just a moment after she gets a paper
Oh my
towel.
God,
We'll be all right.
yes.
He also has he has like a movie indicator he has now because we'll watch these together and it's like the number of times I tap his leg, like I get so excited.
There's a leg tap. There's a
And
snort.
there's tapping, there's
there's a cackle.
grabbing,
It's the squeakometer.
Yeah, there's different cat. It's like a bingo card.
I love that.
The Squeeka card of movie reaction.
Yes.
That is fantastically funny.
This movie got three squeakers out of 10.
Yep.
I know when we do
Does not
comments, I get her to snort because I'll be like, I
Walk
know
me
this
through
made you
it.
snort laugh, and she's like, oh yeah, it got me good.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
that'd be
a lot of part like
fantastic.
I'm not kidding. The nipple scene. Oh,
You can't help but see it. I mean, it gets to the point where you're almost looking at it from a scientific point of view. It's like, well,
Oh,
how
I
many
was.
have I seen now? Now we got the guys. Oh my, where are we going with this? You know?
well, and then it was squirting. I was like, excuse me, what's going on here? But I do I want to go back and watch this to get the mood now because the objectivity of the whole all right, I watched it the first time. There's parts of it that are kind of off the chain, and as a first watch, I was like, "Oh, okay, we're here now. Okay, all right." So, so it is one of those movies that you do have to watch, not to get anything out of it. You get a lot out of it the first time, and it is a great movie the first time. But I want to go back and watch it because I feel like there's so much more. There's because of the costuming, the cinematography,
Oh yeah.
and the way that Dracula is different. Oh, and has the different forms, and even just the way that the little dudes interact with one another and how they change over the film.
Little dudes.
The dudes, the
She
posse,
just makes me so happy on the inside.
the posse.
Yeah, so this is that category, Squeaka, when I talk about how it aged well. It's like when you watch it again, you're gonna pick up so much more. And when you watch it in 5 years, it has aged so well, and it's because of all that stuff you're talking about, 100%. And to Fred's comment, I have not ever watched Bordello of Blood. It's sort of like one of those that goes on and off my radar screen every year this time of year, and I just never get to it. So, yeah.
I've not seen The Lost Boys either, or Friends.
Yeah, that's going to be on the radar screen for us
y'all,
at some point. I think it's an anniversary year, though, in 2027. I think it's a 1987 movie.
Yeah.
So
I was convinced I was going to marry Kiefer Sutherland after that movie. I was like, I'm your girl. Call me.
my wife just loves Jason Patrick in that movie. She's like, oh my, and he's on that list of, and Arwen, you'll understand this reference. He's on that list of those from the 80s that had bad agents because he was a hot dude who could actually act enough.
Yeah.
Like, how did he not get decent roles and get a career? Like, I'm just still to this day saddened by the fact that he didn't become a superstar. Instead, he becomes the knockoff Keanu Reeves in Speed 2, and he becomes like the knockoff guy. And it's like, he wasn't bad. I don't understand his agent. I just don't understand. There's about a dozen or so of these from the 80s. We're like, oh, man, who are these people? They just stunk at their job getting them.
Kiefer should have hooked him up with his agent.
Yeah, this is my Hemsworth argument, by the way. If that agent doesn't figure out how to get him some dramatic roles, we're just going to forget about Hemsworth too.
Yeah,
because he's a really talented performer, but he's getting typecast into these, machismo roles, and that's pretty much about it. So.
Was it Kiefer Sutherland, the guy that did 24? Like that?
Yes.
24?
Yes, that's Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, and he's in the Lost Boys?
Oh my God. He's not just in the Lost Boys, Squeaka. He is peak blonde.
Yeah, he is. He is
in the Lost Boys.
But how many foreheads does he have?
It don't matter. You look at that face and those lips, and you're like, I don't care how many foreheads you got. Yes. He's
Ironcaster, that's probably a 2027, though. It's a 40th anniversary in 2027. So, we just don't go off topic on all the other monsters, but we love. Yeah, Brendan Fraser, Mummy is a must in our house. My wife just loves Brendan Fraser. Anyway,
the thing is, those just kind of went out and did their own thing. It became more about an action series. It became less about the monster. It's kind of like how the Invisible Man just devolved into wacky hijinks comedy movie.
The sidekick. Yeah, you're right. He has.
Yeah.
He has.
Let me just give some love for some of those. What did you call them? The posse, the boys. I forget what she said.
The little ones. The little ones.
Yeah.
The
So
dudes.
the dudes. Yeah, the dudes. So, Tom Waite is kind of near the top of my list for Renfields. He is so phenomenal as a Renfield. I don't know. No offense to Nick Cage and all, but and what happens with the old Dracula and his version with Nicholas Hoult and some of the things that are going on in other movies. But yeah, I think Tom Waits is great, and I really have to give some credit. Richard E. Grant's great in pretty much everything. He's just one of those. I know who he is. I've seen him, but you don't know his name kind of guys. He's really good in this movie as well. So I do want to echo what Squeeka was saying about the dudes, the boys, the other guys in the posse. The cast is super strong and super solid all the time. And for those of you who don't realize it, yes, this is Billy Campbell, the Rocketeer. So, my life is complete when I get to see the guy. Again, another actor who just kind of got the job when it came to her career and not, venturing into
Who was the doctor? Who'd you say his name again?
Billy Campbell's the Rocketeer.
No, the other guy, the doctor.
Dr. Seward?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the young doctor. Is Richard E. Grant.
Oh my God, I saw him. I was watching Downton Abbey the other day. He was on an episode of Downton Abbey. I know this guy. I mean, I'm connecting the dots. You're right. I've seen him in so many things. Never occurred to me. And I kept thinking, why is he so familiar?
He's been on Doctor Who like a million times.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I just never made the connection.
This is the first thing I've seen him in.
He has like a million roles, and he could be on screen, off screen. You don't even notice. No one pays attention. He's just this incredible journeyman actor who always delivers, and then just that's it. And it's like, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Ironcaster, you got some highs and lows for me?
Well, I mean, obviously the big low is probably going to be Keanu Reeves, which is a shame because he's an entertaining actor and he's really had a big glow up over in recent years. But it's just the fact is he is like the obvious low point this movie is. For everything else, like this has some spectacular casting, and if this were a movie made today, I'm sure we could have had a totally different Keanu. Now he's had a lot of chance to grow up with his acting skills. He's rounded himself so much more.
Yeah.
It's just that this is a role that was not well suited for his capabilities at the time.
Yeah, it's a lot of Point Blank and a lot of Bill and Ted. It's in there and it comes out at times. It's distracting and it kind of drags the film down like a lot for me. But agree.
He had what Jason Patrick needed, a really good agent, because let's face it, he's done several roles during this time. He's done some where he was excellently suited for, and then he's done some like this. And again, Much Ado About Nothing.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on. So he had a very, very good agent.
But he just got lucky too, though, right? Because he just kept working long enough, and then eventually, once Matrix breaks out, you have that resurgence, and then that fizzles out for a while, and then he kind of comes back. He lands John Wick, so it's like he is also one of the first to admit that. Like he's been through so many highs and lows. It's similar to what Ari, you and I talked about Johnny Depp at length. A similar kind of thing. Like it's just this long storied career where they go through these highs and lows. And sadly, some of these people just can't keep landing the roles they need. So
right. And that's why everything I say is no shade to him. Heck, I was a working actor one time. I took whatever job I could. You wanted to hire me? Okay, I'll be there. Nothing to that scale. But, so I get that, especially when he was popular, was putting food on his table, did have a good agent. But he would probably admit it too. I wasn't really right for that role.
Oh, yeah. I think he's so. I also want to just say, and I do bag on this woman a lot because I met her in real life and she was a complete witch in real life. Like she was psycho on Edward Scissorhands in real life. I was like, wow.
Oh my God. Well, she's aged since then. Maybe she's grown up.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I like to think she's grown up.
But she is wicked good in this movie. It's probably one of her better performances in my mind. I think she is just phenomenal, all in. And obviously you can tell passion project for her. She's the one who got the script in Coppola's hand, that kind of thing. So I got to give her some love. I can't just be a hater. So I just want to throw that out there.
And the chemistry between her and Oldman is off the chain. It's incredible. Yeah. It's incredible.
Favorite parts, Ironcaster?
the problem is there's so much of this movie that I do really enjoy, but I mean, obviously the transition scenes going from one shot to another. There's a lot of thought that goes into those. But honestly, though, if I'm going to give any particular praise to one thing that stands out to me specifically, it's probably going to be that crazy muscular armor that Dracula has at the start of the movie. Like that thing looks just so cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's so iconic that Coppola keeps a copy of it at his vineyard.
What?
Seriously?
He kept the armor?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
It just
That's
looks
cool.
like he's nothing but pure muscle coming at you. I was studying that today, Ironcaster, because I've never really thought about it before. And I watched it earlier just as a refresher, and I'm like, damn, look at that armor. Why have I never honed in on that? That is cool. That is cool. And that blood red, it's very symbolic.
Oh, Soul Assassin. That's a great reference for us oldies, man. We all remember Free. Oh man, poor Winona Ryder. That's good stuff. Squeeka, did you have a high or a low? What are you thinking?
There
was so many.
I mean, there's like.
Oh my god!
Forever imprinted.
I was like, wait, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
When I saw the title, it's like, what is?
He keeps a lot of props and stuff from his work, so keeping something like that's probably pretty cool.
And so, the thing is, like, the helmet you hardly even see, but
yeah, he just carries it mostly.
That's terrifying looking.
Yeah,
imagine that coming at you, and then he's gonna put you on the spikes.
Even just the opening sequence where it's got the shadow. I loved a lot of the not just Dracula shadow, but the shadow art, like where the war is happening, or some of the night scenes where it's just the shadow imagery with the colorful backdrop. I don't know why I like that so much. Like that, like
because it's fantastic. That's why you like it. It's awesome.
I like color.
You have good taste. You know what you're talking about.
Because it's good.
Because you're right.
And because it's all shot in shadow, it leaves so much to the imagination. So there's a lot that your mind is doing a lot of the lifting for to really build the scene out.
They're showing you graphic violence without showing it to you. Like the one guy that's like sliding down the spear, and you're like, "Wow, this is so wicked." It's like, oh man, crazy.
And it's setting you up. It's setting up these colors for you to perpetually associate with him. Black, grays, reds. All of those.
That's why that scene that y'all had where she's in her wedding, the one still frame that you said was used a lot for the advertisement. That's why that works so well. It's because even though the white is shiny and kind of bright, all you really get is the shadow of the cross and her blood red lips. Not that one, the one where the cross is.
The other one, yeah. I'll find it.
But that's horrific. If that was ever my first introduction to anything vampire and I saw either one of those stills, I would so want to see that movie.
I love it. Draws you in, like all of it. And even just some of the smaller, weirder pieces, like and like I said, Victorian England is one of my favorite things. Just the detail into the set work when they are in the town, and the things that they're encountering and going through, like the cinematographone that they go and watch, and like there's so many smaller pieces too that like I said, it's not, I agree with Arwen, it's not the superest of movies, but it is so amazing in its own right. It has so many bigger pieces and smaller pieces. And yeah, I didn't like Keanu leaving his accent behind after he was with his women. But I could understand that. I mean, I left my accent behind for a while after the.
But and we don't, when we're watching it, we don't hate him for that. It's more of a bless your heart kind of moment when he does that.
Yeah, but the thing is it doesn't. To me, it didn't take me out of the movie because there's so much visual stimulation that my ears are like, we don't care what they're saying. Like it just didn't.
I don't know. It does take me out a little bit. I got to be honest. So here's set photo with Coppola on the right. Look at the promotional photo with Keanu. It's like he's saying to that photographer, I have seen some things. I have been through some things in this movie. So just take the photo. Let's
I
keep
did
moving.
want the women to put up more of a fight, but they didn't. I wanted them to be a little more like.
That's a pretty racy promotional photo, if you know what
I
I'm
was
saying.
gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing one quite that.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. Way to go. Way to go, IMDb. Yeah. Look at the good that is.
I mean, ugh. The stylization of this film, of the costumes, the attention to look at all the I think I get why it feels timeless. Why we can watch it now, and even though yes, we do realize it is a 92 film, it still feels timeless. Because look, he not only drew from ancient Asia for the whole, matriarch look of the old original Dracula. He drew his armor always makes me think of samurai in a way.
That's a crazy.
Then we got
thing.
Elizabethan. It's like, God.
Sorry, it's just like a big heart. His head is.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, love me. My head is a heart.
Oh my God. It's very Alice in Wonderland, Mad Queen of Hearts.
And as we all know, a heart was designed after a woman's buttocks. So it's basically a giant buttock head. I got you.
But yeah, all the inspiration and the different times that they drew from for these costumes. Her wedding gear, very Elizabethan.
Well,
and when
even
you
the
see them going
Romanian wedding.
against her, it's just, the Romanian wedding.
That was amazing.
All of it. And it makes it timeless. Those costumes make it timeless.
Oh, well done, Snorty. Well done. All right, so I'll just give my score first. I'm going to stick to my 4 out of 5. It's a very strong film, and it's Keanu is the reason we don't go higher. We can't get to a 4.5 because of Keanu. I'm sorry, I just can't get there. Everything else I really do love. I really do enjoy this movie. It's so solid. The ending feels slightly rushed, but not enough to make an issue of it. And I can't get past the Keanu Reeves stuff, but enjoy it every time I watch it. And definitely feel like it's an underrated movie. Like it's somehow forgotten. Like it's discarded to no one's talking about it. It just doesn't get talked about. It's interesting. So. Oh, Ironcaster, you're muted.
I found some more amazing movie posters.
Oh, we're going to go to Ghana before we go to Ghana for movie posters. Arwen, how do you?
I tried.
You can score the movie however you like. I don't care if you use numbers, letters, score 10, 20 point. I don't care how you do it. Just whatever you think.
All right. I will give it 4 love bites out of 5. And again, with all due respect to Mr. Reeves, I love you, sir. You are one of our generation. I can't with you in this movie. And I have to say, some of his transitions, while I understand, again, I know he was going for a look, and this movie is definitely a look. I found him a little jarring, and some of the dialogue, I was like, oh my God. But I get why he did everything the way he did it. I wouldn't change a thing. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for me.
Squeaks.
I give it 17 foreheads out of 20.
There you go.
That'll work.
That's our new scale. It's a forehead scale.
4 dudes out of 5 because we lost one dude at the end.
Yep, we lost the Rocketeer. He went down with a really cheap stab to the back. It was just weak tea, man. Dude's the only guy that can use a rifle and whatever. Everyone else lives, and that guy, the gypsy stabbing you in the back like that. All right, Ironcaster, you got a couple more minutes. Give me some Ghana posters because they're usually the source of some crazy stuff.
Oh my!
I tried to find some movie posters from Ghana, but I was not able to. But nevertheless, what I found for Dracula,
that one on the far right is just strange.
What?
Like, I don't know. I need an aerial photo of the butthead.
That's when he first wakes up and it's still frizzy. He's got to put some.
The one on the left doesn't even look like it belongs to this movie. And this one in the middle.
That one he says Bela Lugosi, but
and wait, go back up to the blue one. Wait, go back up. This blue one right here looks like a 1980s sort of sci-fi film. It doesn't even look like this movie at all.
What
Well,
did,
it's
what did
got
they
the
do to
bride
Van
lady on it,
Helsing's
though.
Dennis
face?
Quaid in this movie? What's happened in this poster?
Here, let
Go
me
ahead.
look at
Yeah, I
this.
feel like it's.
Oh,
What's
it
with
looks
this?
like that movie poster for that Brooke Shields movie, Sahara.
What is
I
with
think it was the
Anthony
mid or
Hopkins'
late
face? What
80s.
they choose that for? That's awful. Treatment him like that. I would.
Why
The
do
only
you
reason to
cover
get
up
that
his face?
poster is so you can get Anthony Hopkins sign it right there next to it. Right here.
Oh my god.
Sir Anthony Hopkins, could you sign right here? Like, he'd be like, "Are you
Oh
kidding
my-
me? Look at my face. Are you out of your?" He wouldn't sign it. I don't know. Maybe.
Some of these are actually. Let me pull up one or two more of these just
Yeah.
because.
Keep
Like,
coming.
oh come on!
They did you
if
dirty.
they
With
will
this
ever load.
wedding lady, like the Lucy,
You gotta
her
zoom
hand,
back out,
what's she doing
Ironcaster.
with her hand? Like,
Ironcaster, you're still zoomed in.
I know. I'm just trying to
I can't
do
keep
this. There
looking
we
at.
go.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting
But like,
concept.
you get the forehead.
Definitely got a lot of
You
forehead
get
there.
the
Yeah, you
forehead.
do.
You
That is-
absolutely do.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is an unfortunate hairline.
I will say this, at least this fits more the mood of the film than that last one.
Well, look at
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves though. At a first glance, you feel like he's got glasses on or something. They did some sort of
Oh,
shading
you
around his face, like
do,
it's
yeah.
messed up. Like they did Keanu Reeves. I don't even know. That doesn't look like Winona Ryder. All it's like Priscilla Presley to me. Just saying. All right, next.
Every single one of these.
These are like fan art or something, right? Because there's no way that this stuff was. Whoa, this is like out of that Arabian Nights book, I think.
Oh,
Very Art Nouveau of them.
yes. This is the mood right here.
It's definitely got some mood. All right, what else?
Whoa.
That's not.
Too.
I mean, that feels like a Mondo poster or something, like one of those, like, you know, artsy for collector kind of things, but not for that would be. It's not. It's not for the masses, but it would be like a Mondo.
Very
a steel book cover or something.
I think I have the winner here.
There's the picture of the chick with the cross in the bottom left of that one.
That's true.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Whoa, what is going on in this one? Hold on. So
really zoom in. Just
yeah, I got that. But go down to the bottom right. I know what they're doing up there. What is Dracula even in his own poster? Scroll up.
Yeah, he's in his armor.
Yeah.
In his original form, I think, his original
This is
Dracula.
in the air.
I don't know.
Well, and he's climbing the wall. I mean, he's in there.
Keanu
that
Reeves
just-
looks like a vampire in this.
I like the shadow.
Say what happened to him.
I like the shadow, and I like some of the elements that they're going for, but it does not work either. That's just weird.
Dracula crawling up the side of the wall.
Oh, I see him. Okay, I thought that was Mina for a minute. I saw the butt for the hair. Okay, that's him with the. All right. Yeah, I thought it was her like prostrate on the floor in her scarlet dress.
No, she's down at the bottom left.
There
She's
she
over
is.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see her now.
Kind of at first glance, I was thinking it's the brides, but then I realized it's just different
This
versions
is
of him.
weird.
That one's strange.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
we'll shut-
what's really cool with this one is you can even flip that logo over and it still works.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's
right.
why they did it that way.
They did.
Okay.
It's the whole poster.
Interesting. Okay, that's an interesting take on it.
Huh. All right, that's a good one to end on. Cool. Folks, if you haven't got on your calendar for every Monday, make sure you check out Ironcaster at Ironcaster. Get over there, get your Mech Monday fix. Always a good time, my friend. Good job, man. Always good. Fun stuff.
Thank you. It was a little bit of an episode yesterday. We were talking a little bit about more of the nonsense that happened from Twitch this past weekend. Like one of the prominent female streamers had gotten attacked, and Twitch basically did nothing about it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. What else is going on though? What's going on this week? Anything else coming up? All right, t-shirt.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I haven't had a chance to talk with him too much the last couple of days. So, with any luck, we'll be doing a little more streaming tonight.
Cool. Very cool. All right. I know you're going to be on with Friday with Loki, doing your weekend review. Anything else going on?
Yep. Friday night, Backtube 7-ish.
Ooh, yeah.
The Backtube's channel. Because, we arrive precisely when we mean to. But it's planned for 7. That's usually where you can find me every week. And if you really need to find me, I'm usually modding for Fat Steven over on Rumble the rest of the time. If I'm not streaming. So, and Eris's on Saturdays.
Saturday.
I don't think she's streaming this Saturday. I don't think we're streaming. But yeah, normally Eris's with Eris and Project Storytime on her channel, Saturdays at 1 Eastern. So yeah, and thank you for having me on. I had so much fun tonight. And I love this movie, so thank you so much.
Yay!
This was fun.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one.
I'm so glad you were here. Oh my
I've loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Folks, you do not want to miss out. So if you're not sharing out our stuff, links and subscribe and notifications, I don't know how you want to miss Tucker and Dale versus Evil next week that none of us have seen except for the guy in the corner over there he's got one past me, maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what the reaction will be. Because next week we'll have it's the first one for me, first one for Squeeka. I don't think Loki had even seen it or heard of it. So Tucker
Is this
first.
Another Street Fighter? I'm gonna not watch it.
I don't know. I don't know. I only heard good things about it. That's why I let it fly. I only heard good things about it. So it's kind of like, I think I'm liking it to Bubba Hotep's what my expectation is. It's sort of like that.
What ice do you
I love Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for Bubba Hotep. I'm not hoping for Street Fighter.
Okay, if for no other reason, you get to see Alan Tudyk in this movie.
I know that, but Squeaky doesn't know who that is. So yes, for me, I'm good with Alan Tudyk.
If you saw Firefly, he was, I think, Wash.
Yeah, he was Wash.
I love Wash.
He was Wash. Yeah. He also played Hey Hey and Moana, the chicken.
I am Hey Hey.
He does a lot of voice work.
I love Hey Hey. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. I love him.
Chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you for that. Everything out there, you guys hanging with us for so long. Extra special thank you to Squeeka with her generosity. 5 more memberships thrown out there for you people. So that's also awesome. Thank you for that. Check out the other stuff on the channel. I've been doing my Popstoberfest. We talked about a lot of fun Halloween movies. Definitely talked about some stuff for the kids too. Kids get the shaft on YouTube, man. Nobody's talking about stuff for kids. I try to work it in. I need to do a better job. Like my daughter is doing a couple videos with me. We talked about stuff our kids are watching. So Coraline and Monster Squad and Monster House. And then we started talking about some stuff that's not really edgy. Rewatched, House and Fright Night and just stuff that's just, it's solid, but it's not like gory and it's not like, so it's like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's always a good run. So I have a few more videos to work on to the end of the month. So make sure you check those out and, make sure you support everybody that's been part of that and everybody here on the channel. Such a blessing doing this. It was kind of odd not having this on the radar screen last week, being away. Couldn't even listen. I kind of had cell service on the drive back to the woods. So about the time it's starting was when I'm losing signal because I think I was texting Loki. And then that was it. I guess, well, I hope it went well because I wouldn't even been able to have checked until that night. Because we were definitely in a part of the woods where you couldn't even get a signal. So it's interesting. It was an interesting experience being that far into the woods on a deer hunt. I haven't been like that before. That was interesting. So we were amongst it, as my friend said. We were amongst it. So he wants to do it in January when it snows, Ironcaster. So he's got the crazy idea like you. I'm like, no, I will not be back for the snow. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, it wasn't cold. The first day it was 50 when we went out in the morning, and I thought it would be cold. And I kind of overdressed because I was like, it wasn't that bad. Because once you're sitting in your stationary, it was not too bad. But then it was pretty much warm.
It's like hoodie weather.
Yeah, it was fine. I wore the whole thing, layers, and it was unnecessary. It got hot, and after that, it was never really cold again, stuff like that. But the idea of being like that in the cold, and even if there's snow on the ground, no, thanks. And I gotta be honest, I get so cold, I'm not gonna be able to shoot or do anything with that being that cold. Like it's not, no thanks. So.
Oh my goodness, I can go see Bram Stoker's Dracula on the big screen.
Oh, they're showing it right now?
Nice.
At the Alamo.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
With Master Pancake. Yeah.
All right, there you go. See, that'll be a fun experience.
Yeah, worth it.
That's a different experience on a big screen. I'll be perfectly honest. You will definitely have a different experience. Issues what your thoughts are on that. Because we missed out on a couple that were showing the anniversary screen. They did Spider-Man, our caster. The Spider-Man movies did a run through, and I missed out. Oh man, it would have been fun to see the first two again in theater. But yeah, it's how it goes sometimes. So we'll be back next week. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. See how that goes. And then and Louis Sparrow will be here. Those of you who are fans of Louis Sparrow, because how could you not be? She's amazing. I don't think we have a guest yet, so maybe Arnold will want to come back. She'll come back for the Goonies. We're doing Goonies.
I've never seen that.
Goonies never die.
When are y'all going to do that?
The Goonies will be the week after. So that'd be the 4th. That'd be November 4th.
November. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Then we do Towering Inferno. So we gotta kind of bookend some more of the Steve McQueen love that I keep throwing out there Squeeka's way to make her have some great appreciation of some of these iconic people from the past. So Towering Inferno is full of tons of superstars, including O.J. Simpson. And I'll leave it there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
He was quite the actor in the day.
Yeah.
A legend.
It was something. Again, I use the term. It's jarring seeing him on screen. Like it's just like watching it now. I'm like, oh, forget that. Forgot that he was there. Forgot he was there. Like it's just whoa. Remember the smarmy guy?
Pops, I have to ask. Did he kill it in the role?
Oh my gosh!
Remember the smarmy guy, the politician guy in Bullet with Steve McQueen, like the slick back hair. Yeah. He's in it as well. Robert Vaughn is in it as well. So I know you recognize him. Yeah. So yeah, it's an all-star cast for sure. So.
I thought you were gonna say that guy was O.J. Simpson. I'm like, oh, I missed that person. I missed that person.
No.
What? I'm like, wow.
He was in Naked Gun. Squeeka saw that.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
No. So, well, folks, listen, you guys be blessed. Have a great week. Thanks to all of you that are out there. Thanks to this wonderful panel. Arwen coming in at the last second. I appreciate you doing that. It's awesome.
Y'all so much. Thank you.
Love all of you so much. Thanks for doing this. You guys take care. Be blessed. Talk hard. Until next time.
Bob Ross, you'll never see me tripping. Got the vision, I don't even need assistance. Bob Ross.